if you need it to be different every single time, I know that we told you that it's going to be different every time, and we've made this, and now we a promise that we have to fulfill. So if you have to have it different every time, this one's a medical advice, relationship advice show. Okay. Hold me back, Peter. I'm feeling punchy.
Stop. Stay back.
Hold
Stay
me
back.
Stay back.
Stay back.
This person being ridiculous. They want it different every single time.
We said we were going to do that. You can't be upset with them because we said we were.
Well, now they're demanding it, though, and it's not fair.
Look.
It's not fair.
I understand, but I think all we can do now is just move forward. I think that's the best thing to do.
Well, fine.
Just move forward.
But you've been warned. All right, let's cut to the title, I guess. This person's ridiculous.
This time, it's different. With Peter and Chris. This time, it's different.
Hello, listeners. Good evening or afternoon, whatever it might be for you. Welcome to the show where we answer your medical questions and we answer your relationship questions. You're probably out there driving down the highway, and we just want you to know that we're here listening. You're not alone, and we're here to help.
Yeah.
We're here to help.
And before we get started, just a quick disclaimer. Any interactions with This Time Is Different or TTID online should not be considered treatment or medical advice. You must always follow your medical professional's advice and direction. The content of TTID's podcasts, websites, communications, or posts do not supplement or supersede the relationship and direction of your medical caretakers. Although TTID is a licensed physician with specialty board certifications by the American Board of Internal Medicine and the American Board of Addiction Medicine, we are not functioning as physicians in this environment. The same applies to any professionals who may appear on this website or our podcast. So with that said,
thank you for that, Dr. Pete.
You're welcome.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome, regular guy Chris. Just
thanks.
Late night comedian Chris.
Yeah, that's me. And I think next time you read that out, just change the name so that you're not saying Dr. Drew.
Yeah, no,
you clearly just stole that straight from Dr. Drew.
I think it was not clear at all. I think I covered up for it flawlessly, so I don't want to re-record it or anything.
Yeah,
I think we
don't have to read. We'll just
keep
from
going,
there.
right?
Now, we asked for your questions.
Yeah.
We're here to help, as we said. We got a lot of great questions. And I think we should just launch right into it. And we're going to give you our best advice.
That's what we're here for. We're really here to help you through this time. You know, this is premium medical advice you're going to be getting from me, and sort of late night comics advice you're probably going to be getting from Chris. I mean, I don't know. We're just going to take it where it goes.
Did you want to tell your credentials, or like why we would ask you for advice? Did you want to so people feel safe?
My credentials? Yeah.
You have credentials, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I got credentials.
Okay, well, your voice is kind of going up higher there.
Oh, that's just I have a mild case of constiphophenia, and which is brought on by drinking too much water, just being too healthy. My medical credentials are: I've got a medical degree from the University of and I also hold a medical bachelor's of medical arts from the University of Victoria.
Great.
Yeah.
And that sounds real. And I'm just a guy, and I've got a lot of life experience.
Right.
Lived a lot of lives.
Do you have? Yeah, I do have a lot of life experience. Do you have any life credentials?
Yeah. Well,
really quickly, what's your whole life been like?
What's my whole thing? Well, I'm a 35-year-old man, so I've got 35 years of living.
That's more than most. More than most.
It's quite a bit. And I would say like a few of those years, just a few, I nailed. I really nailed those years. Like I look back and I'm like, yep, that was a good year. I did really well, and nothing really went wrong, and my life is great. And so I can draw from those years and apply those to pretty much any question. And it will be good advice.
Now, just to curate the space a little bit, just to put some positivity in tonight, in this evening, I just want to say, I feel like some of those years that you were talking about crushing, they might be these years. You're just looking real good.
Oh my gosh. Well, thank you so much, Dr. Pete. And that's really nice of you to say.
that first
Hi,
message?
Peter and Chris. This is Ben from Waterloo, long-time listener, first-time caller. I hope you can help me with this issue, this challenge that I've been going through, which is my wife and I have fallen on pretty different sides of the, how do you call it even? You know, the non-traditional pizza debate. She's basically said that she won't order Indian pizza with me anymore, even though there's this extraordinary place near our house that'll just cover your pie in ginger and garlic and cilantro and green chilies, and the sauce is like Shahi paneer sauce. And I think it's the greatest thing that ever happened. But she says that she just wants tomato sauce and pepperoni, and like, I don't even eat pepperoni. I'm a vegetarian. So it feels tough, and it feels too big to talk about. But like, I'm okay with Italian pizza, but I wish she was more open to the idea of a really, really heartburny, spicy, you know, flavor blast of a pie instead of just regular old pap. So I'd love to hear what you guys have to say. I really appreciate your experience on the subject. Thanks. Bye.
Thank you for your question, caller. Thank you very much for that. The question is about pizza. And
Oh my
I would say already when you're ordering a pizza, a pizza is just a compromise, basically.
Oh.
That's all a pizza is. You're ordering a compromise.
That is deep.
At the best of times, you're not getting something on that pizza that you want. You have to, maybe you want green peppers on it, but another person doesn't like green peppers. So you kind of gotta, everybody's gotta take a hit, you know?
Yeah.
So everybody's gotta have something on the pizza that they don't like, and they also have something on the pizza that they're missing. And that's just what it is. That's just life, you know? That's just, pizza is a compromise.
Yeah, a couple of thoughts right off the bat there. I agree. Pizza is at its core a compromise. That's probably one of the wisest things, and I mean that outside of us trying to be late night hosts. I think that's maybe one of the wisest things that Chris Wilson has ever said in his life.
Is that a full on quotable?
Yeah, I think that's a quotable quote. Pizza is at its core a compromise. Also,
that's a tweet. At least I'm going to tweet it out.
we need to.
I think that'll get retweeted.
We need to. Yeah. Oh, that better get retweeted. I will retweet it. I'm gonna reinstall Twitter and figure out my password and retweet you.
Hey, listeners, watch for this that pizza tweet coming at you, real quick. I'm having trouble talking.
A couple of things I wanted to flag for our listener here. Thanks for calling in, Ben, from Waterloo. Let's go ahead and not call pizza Pap anymore. Let's probably just like not refer to it as Pap from now until going forward.
Pepperoni. He was short forming pepperoni, I believe. Pep.
Okay,
Pep and Chad.
Just like
right.
I think we have in the medical community a Pap is a different term and is used in a different way. So for me as a doctor, I felt immediately like throwing up and then not stopping throwing up for at least a few days. You know what? Okay, different sides of the Indian pizza thing. So I've got a medical solution for you, I think. Because Ben is wanting a spicy hot flavor blast. Okay, and his wife just wants just the smooth relaxation of a nice Italian pap. And maybe he said pep then is what you're saying.
Yeah, that pepperoni.
Yeah, I for sure heard pap. Maybe that's the Waterloo accent.
Well, you're a doctor, and you're going to hear these medical terms. You're just going to pick them up, right? You're just going to hear things like that.
Yeah, I should not have
You're a
heard
real
that.
doctor.
I really shouldn't have heard that. I didn't want to.
What is a pap, though?
A pap smear. So moving on, what Ben is looking to do, what Ben is looking to do is have his cake and eat it too a little bit. Right? Does he love?
No, sorry, pizza.
He's having his pizza and
eating it. He wants to be able to eat pizza.
Yeah, but what we're
you just weren't really listening to the question because you're talking about cake there.
No, it was just.
I thought that was
sorry.
weird.
Medically speaking, that's what we call in the medical community just an expression.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
It's just a medical. It's just a medical expression. Have your cake and eat it too. Yeah.
Okay. I didn't know that. It
No,
didn't go
but
to
no,
doctor's
and that's
school.
fair, and it's good that you brought that up because I want this to be like a really positive and like welcoming space. So what I should have said, I should have known and anticipated that you would have not known that terminology.
Right. And I just want to say that you do a really good job of making the space feel comfortable. And I know, I just want to say that.
Well, that's a nice thing to say. That's a
It
great.
feels welcoming.
It's like very good that you said that. That's a nice thing to say.
Well, you're welcome.
Okay, great.
I'm sorry, I got in the way of your medical
Well, what I was
advice.
going to suggest is basically my strategy. So sometimes my wife, obviously, we are a lot more in tune, and I'm not going to suggest that they have mad problems with their marriage or whatever, but they definitely do. But what I was thinking, like, so when we order pizza, it's like, oh, there's anchovies on it. Well, I don't like those, so I perform a procedure known as an anchovectomy,
Okay. Yeah.
wherein you take your digits, yeah. Yes, familiar?
Oh, fingers.
You're familiar?
Fingers,
Yes,
yeah.
digits. Yes, yeah. You're
Digits,
familiar
yeah.
with this action? So you do this. There you go. Yeah. Are you a doctor?
No.
Wow, you've got doctor. You got real doctor
I just
digits.
sit beside one on the podcast.
Yeah, you do. So you take your
Okay, so you
digits,
take- yeah.
and place the digits lightly over just the anchovies,
Mm-hmm.
and then you ectomy the anchovy. You just anchovectomy. You just pull the anchovies off the pizza.
Right.
This is my suggestion to Ben from Waterloo. You get the normal pizza. Sorry, I didn't mean to say normal. Let's say an Italian typical, an Italio-typical pizza.
Mm-hmm.
Then you just do a full topping-ectomy. Now, this is going to be different than the pincers. You're going to want to do like a claw hand.
Mm-hmm.
And literally from the crust, from where the cheese connects, drag down everything off of the pizza.
Right.
Okay? Now, here's the next step. So now your wife doesn't need to do that. She can have the typical the Italio typical pizza, but then you call up, Indian Junction or whatever. That's my favorite in Vancouver, and order a butter chicken or order, whichever one you want. Then simply spoon it out onto the crust of the Italio typical pizza.
And that's great. That's a really, yeah. So basically you're going to buy 2 meals.
Yeah.
And you're just gonna
waste
sort
half of one, and yeah.
That's a great solution.
Well, and I think it's a thing of an advantage we have in Canada is that we just have a lot of extra food. Like, who cares? Do you know what I mean? Throw it out.
I absolutely know what you mean.
Just throw it out.
I'll order a pizza to look at some days.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
just not. Yeah.
The look pizza,
That looks good,
Yeah.
and then that's enough,
Yeah.
and I don't have to eat it.
I like to order as much food as possible just to make sure that I actually can get full. Because I don't know, when you order food, you're hungry, you don't know how much food you're going to eat. So you order from 3 or 4 different restaurants, and then you just kind of like take a few bites and make sure you get to full.
Like a buffet sort of thing.
Personal buffets.
Yeah. So there you are, Ben.
Yeah.
Hopefully that was helpful information. You just basically do what you want. Order lots and lots of food,
Yeah.
so you can have lots of tastes, and then you don't have to
Yeah.
get in a fight with your wife, which is
That's
I
true.
don't know,
Nobody
like-
wants
yeah.
one of those. Why not just simply buy tons and tons of food? Maybe the pizza compromise can be over with the pizza opportunities.
Hey there, Loveline with Chris and Dr. Pete. So I'm a 33-year-old queer woman living on the East Coast. And I guess my question is for both of you guys. So I started seeing this guy a little before quarantine, and it's been going so great. Like, he's super funny and he's super smart and so charming, and like, I'm very GGG, like good given game, and like it turns out the only way that he can get off is if every time he comes over to my place, I basically set up a maquette of a cityscape, and he stomps on all the buildings as though he's the size of Godzilla or, frankly, any kaiju monster of your choosing. And he does choose, which is fine. Like, it's not my thing, but like, it makes him so happy, and I'm happy when he's happy, right? So my only issue is that it's pretty expensive, both in terms of cost and in time, to create new tiny cities for him to destroy. And I don't know if he necessarily like appreciates that. like last time, I did a version of Brantford, Ontario, which is like a smaller city in Ontario, and he commented on it, and I was kind of like miffed by that because like I'd been making like full cityscapes for him, and I thought, oh, maybe a suburban town, and he. Anyway, I was just wondering, like, A, should I talk to him about it? B, if I shouldn't, are there any like cheaper craft supplies that I can find so that I can continue to make tiny towns for him to destroy with his big largesse? Anyway, thank you so much. I love your show. Love it so much. Anyway, okay, bye.
All right. Thank you very much,
Cheaper supplies.
caller. So we've got a question about building little cities and destroying them. It's an interesting form of role play that I haven't heard of.
Oh my
before.
God.
I'm willing and open to trying that out sometime. That sounds pretty fun. I guess what I would say, it's just in terms of craft supplies. I do know something about that. You can go to Michael's. It's a great craft store. They've got lots of like especially around Christmas, little miniature like wooden little houses and things. They're about $6.99 each, and you can do those, and they come pre-made basically, and you can just sort of line those up because somebody already spent time on them and made them, and you can just pay somebody to have made them.
Yeah. I mean, a lot to unpack there. You didn't leave your name, caller, but that's all right if you want to stay anonymous. You're going through a lot. It sounds like you're trying to really be in a healthy relationship with this guy. This is my question to you. I have two questions. What does GGG mean again? Good game, Greg?
I totally. I just totally tuned out.
Okay,
for
all
that
right.
part. I didn't understand it.
My
at all.
second question.
So I just totally.
Yeah,
blew
that's
past
fine.
it.
Let's blow past it entirely. Then my second question is like, where? my second question is, where do you factor into this? Are you? Your boyfriend runs around stomping these cities. Obviously, you factor into it in that you have to build the cities.
Yeah,
that's
a good question. Where are they?
When do
Where is
you
she
get
sitting
off?
in the room?
Yeah. When's your turn?
Yeah. Is it sort of like you got a specific chair in your house? Maybe you've set up the city and then you just sort of sit there in this chair?
Or do you
And
play
it's sort of like a cuckolding thing in a way?
you
like
watch?
you just kind of watch it happen?
Do you play the concerned citizens trying to run for safety? Does he stomp upon you? Is this something that we need to be concerned about? Getting stomped on?
Yeah.
So that's my biggest question, I think, is like, make sure you take care of yourself too. You deserve also to achieve off, like you know what I mean? That's a medical term for basically just getting your jollies. Achieve offness. And so if you're trying to achieve offness, I mean, it's great that you're helping. It's great. It sounds like you're a very wonderful person because you're like, oh, I'll help this person achieve offness, but make sure you're taking care of yourself.
Yeah, it's just not. It sounded not fair to her.
Yeah.
I mean, I've done crafts before.
Have you done
painted,
sexual crafts?
Well, I had one time I painted this. I was painting this picture, right? I was just painting.
Yeah.
Sort of like a nude art thing, right? You're painting
the sexual
model.
crafts.
I was doing one of the sexual crafts, and I was just doing some light shading on the buttocks area, and it was really frustrating because I wasn't finished the painting.
Yeah.
I wasn't finished the painting, and then it was like, okay, great, now it's time to have sex.
Right.
And I just felt like I wasn't finished the painting.
Right.
And I didn't get to finish.
Yeah. The painting.
In the way.
Yeah.
Which was really frustrating. And I think I deserve to finish.
Yeah.
The painting.
Yeah.
I deserve to finish that painting, and I didn't get the chance. And I do wish that I had said something in the moment. Hey, I need my needs met, and I've got to finish the shading on your butt.
Yeah. And
'cause this is one of my best paintings that I've ever done. I'm actually feeling quite proud of it right now. I'm not feeling horny or anything. I'm feeling proud of my art, and you're denying me that.
Yeah.
And I wish that I said something in the moment. So I think I would say to you, caller, make sure you're saying something in the moment.
Too true.
Because Brampton, yeah, it's a small town, sure, but it is still a lot of work. It's small town, still a lot of work, a lot of buildings still.
That is very wise. That's another wise. There's another quotable quote. Brampton is a small town, but it's still a lot of work.
Yeah, and it needs a lot of work.
I definitely think you should tweet that as well. Let me follow up on that a little bit here too. So, I mean, and just to your point, Chris, that's such a good point that you made. And I really do think that the most distracting, frustrating part of sex is having sex. Do you know what I mean?
It gets in the way.
It gets in the way of all the other parts.
A lot of stuff. Yeah.
The lead
really
up,
does.
crafts, sleeping instead of. It's like all these things are vital parts of sexual activity, but people just think it's like the actual sex part.
Yeah.
Now
that is totally true.
Now for solutions, I've got a couple of solutions here that I thought up for your city situation.
Yeah.
So obviously we covered, you need to take care of yourself, but medically speaking, cheaper supplies. I think Chris made a really great point. Like, look at those holiday stores and stuff that sell sort of pre-made structures. The other thing is, if you go on Amazon, they have this really, really cool thing where if you order like a towel or like a box of pens, it still comes in a full-size box. It's like this really cool thing they're doing for the environment where they're trying to just destroy the planet earlier than what naturally would be destroyed. So they just ship, massive boxes with very small things.
I bought shampoo and it comes in like 12 by 12 foot
So
box.
I think it would be pretty cheap if you placed, let's see here, 1 second, 30, carry the 1, so 30 times 1, so that's 30. So if you placed 30 orders separately, though, don't place them all together, otherwise they'll put them in one box, but place 30 separate orders for a pen, and you'll get 30 good boxes very cheaply, very quick, and it's only the price of 30 pens. So then you can
and you could use the pen even to like draw a little door on the box, or draw a little window to look like a house.
Yeah, you can write Pharmasave or Loblaws or Le Tour d'Eiffel or whatever if you want to make it like Parisian.
Right.
Yeah.
She says she's on the East Coast.
Yeah.
Right. So maybe fish and chips.
Yeah.
Or
Right.
something?
Lots of fish and chip signs. Yeah. Unemployment office. That's unnecessarily rude joke. We'll probably cut that joke out. So the other thing I was thinking is, now here, this is going to sound tricky. This is a one-time investment, but there's a couple of good bonuses here. This is what I'm suggesting to you. Lego. Now, hear me out. So Lego is very expensive. Very expensive.
That is very expensive, Dr. Pete. I have to flag
Hang on. You're going to be surprised where I go with this.
Okay.
So you buy a Lego city. Like a bunch of, like you can buy a police station.
Cityscape Lego.
Or you can buy the fancy ones that like they pretend, this is Lego for adults, but they're just selling toys to adults who don't want to grow up. And yeah, pull one of those up.
Check this out, for instance.
Yeah. Pull this up.
Look at this.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
That's a Volkswagen Beetle.
Yeah. Now
about a foot long.
You may want to mess around with the scale. That one might be too large if you're trying to get skyscrapers in there.
Sure.
But that's an option for you. You've got options now. Now here's the twist, Chris, and I hope you like this.
I bet you that I do.
In fact, I think all Lego sets come with instructions so you can rebuild them.
Right.
So you have a one-time purchase, and now you can just literally click the pieces back together and make new cities. Now, as far as, I think your boyfriend, maybe you can just be like, hey, this is a different city. Just arrange the buildings differently a little bit to kind of look like a different city every time, or maybe change them. Once you get confident with Lego, you could make your own buildings. But essentially, you have an endless supply of buildings that don't get destroyed entirely. Now, here's the second part of this. Your boyfriend, as a kaiju monster, kaiju monsters do a lot of destruction, but they also like getting beaten up. And I think maybe there's an aspect of he likes the pain under his feet.
Oh yeah, it would be really tough to walk on.
Exactly, it'd be very, very painful. So that would enrage him and bring out that inner kaiju monster.
Yeah.
And then my final follow-up is like, maybe get a Mothra costume. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, totally. You can join in on this too.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be just his thing. You're allowed to have fun as well.
Or get a Gundam, like a robot costume, and physically fight your boyfriend to keep more of your city structures safe that you can reuse the next time.
That's true. Yes. Yeah. You got to fight to fend off the monster. So you got to fight back.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
And then ultimately, my final medical opinion is I just really don't recommend dating men.
Hey, Peter and Chris. I just have a question about getting back into the dating world after a long break, since the pandemic and the world basically caught on fire. I'm just having a bit of trouble, figuring out how to get back out there. Also, I have this weird rash on just like the top left side of my thigh, and the doctor says it might be shingles. Anyway, I gotta go. Everyone on the bus is looking at me. Thanks.
Oh, what a wonderful call from down under. It sounded like.
Oh, the first thing I was going to
a,
say is stop doing that silly voice.
No, what that was an Australian accent, I believe.
I thought it was
and that's
silly.
what it sounded. It sounded very silly.
I thought it was
agree.
just a silly voice.
But that's the way the person talks. Yeah. So thank you for your call, caller.
Yeah, and I think just to add on to my sort of medical opinion on that, I think that's like super icky and super gross. Like ew, gross. Yeah, is my professional medical opinion on that one.
Yeah, we don't need to. And as far as like dating and getting back out there during the pandemic, I don't think that you can. You're probably just sort of fucked, right? Wouldn't you say? Like you can't. When are you going to be able to date? There's no point.
I totally agree. Yeah, I
to
think
find a partner right now.
You have a couple of conditions that are in your way. Obviously, the pandemic, the rash, and then just like being Australian. So you've got a lot of things in your way that are stopping you.
This is weird way. It's like a weird way of talking, right? Does it hurt your ears when you hear the accent?
Yeah, it definitely does. I think I'm just like a little concerned that we're technically being racist, or
No, I think
Australians aren't like a race?
No, they're not.
Okay, good. Then we'll keep going. Then we'll just keep ripping on them entirely until we get into a lot of trouble. About the rash, I've got a couple of options for you. It could be shingles. So you just have to basically take a look at it and be like, ask yourself, is this shingles? Because 9 times out of 10, you are a better doctor than your doctor. It could also be contact dermatitis. So you want to take a look at what kind of laundry detergents you're using. This is actual real advice now.
Real.
Yeah. If you're having like flu-like symptoms that's followed by a fever with the rash, then you might need to look into that. That could be something you need medical attention for. It could be eczema, psoriasis, impetigo, stuff like that. It could also be jock itch. It could be jock itch if you have sort of an enormous member, which I feel from the sound of your voice, it sounds like you probably
swollen member.
Yeah, probably
great band from Victoria, BC.
Yeah, it probably sounds like he has a bit of a swollen members situation. Just from his voice, you can kind of tell the timbre of it. It's probably a man that just likes to fuck.
Hey Peter, hey Chris, Dewey here with just a quick question. I'm asking for a friend. My friend keeps on hearing that, in order to be in a relationship, you need to know how to love yourself first. And I just want to know what your take is on that. Is that true?
Nice question from Dewey. Do you have to love yourself before you can love somebody else? In my experience, in my life experience, you don't have to love yourself at all. You can no. It is my short answer. Just you could beat up on yourself. You could have low self-esteem, and you can be in a relationship with somebody for sure. And you could be very difficult to be dating because you don't love yourself. So it's probably a lot about you. And like me. Nothing's going my way. oh, I hate my job, I hate this, I suck, you can still be in a relationship. And you could be in a relationship for a very, very long time and have that person really sort of resent you and not be happy. You're making another person miserable, but you can still be in a relationship. Absolutely. And everybody does it.
Yeah.
You're just describing it. That's every relationship.
Look, medically speaking, you're literally legally allowed to be in a relationship, even if you hate yourself.
Yeah.
And from my experience, like romantic partners, love projects. They love a busted up guy that is just
real
a
dented
ton
can
of
of a
work.
human.
A real dented can, just a real, like, you're worried. It's a can that's so dented. You're like, I'm gonna take this to the manager at the grocery store. There's gonna be botulism in this can for sure. They just like a real dented can.
They want to open it and go, is this? Can I eat this?
Yeah.
What is this good?
Yeah, you really want to be a can I eat this of humans. You really want to be a funky smelling chicken soup of humans.
How long can chickens stay in the fridge?
Yeah.
You wanted people metaphorically be asking
metaphorically
that about you.
They want to ask about your due date and if you've passed
Is
it.
this cooked?
Yeah.
Is this too pink? That kind of thing.
Because I think people love, like, relationships are about fixing stuff that you hadn't taken the time to fix, right? It's about getting another person in there. Listen, here's the thing. It's like a relationship is like a mechanic. You know what I mean? Like, you don't take your car to the shop when it's perfect. You get into a fender bender, then you take your car to a mechanic.
Yeah.
Do you see what I mean? Like, a relationship is like visiting your mechanic every day because your car's so busted. Then they get money, you get car fixed. Why be in a relationship if you don't have something to fix?
Exactly. It's all about, something to do.
Yeah.
We're all looking for something to do. And on the flip side, if you say, for example, you're in a relationship where you do love yourself so much. Well, let's just play. I'm going to be a person that loves himself so much. And Peter, you be my partner.
All right, great.
And I will just show you how this is also not
Yeah,
good.
yeah. Let's not get your self-esteem too high. Let's find out what happens. All right. Hey, honey, I'm home. How was your day?
Thank you for asking about my day.
Yeah.
It was great. It was the best day. I had the best day. I'm the best person. And I'm the best person in this room, in fact.
Okay.
I had the best day, and there's no way that anybody else had a better day than me.
Okay.
I'm the shit.
Chris?
I'm the shit, and you're not.
Can I just...
You're not the shit. In fact, you know what? You're not good enough for me.
Whoa.
Get out.
Wait.
Get out of pack your things and get out.
Wait, what?
I'm the best.
But I bought this house.
Look at me. I'm flat. Look at these muscles.
Yeah, that's why I like you. I like your muscles.
I'm sorry, I can't see you. I'm looking at my own reflection behind you. I'm looking through you. I'm the best.
You know what, Chris? You love yourself too much. I can do way worse.
What?
I'm out of here.
And you see, that didn't go very well.
Yeah.
And so you kind of want to find that middle ground, and you definitely want to be more of just like feel like you're more of a piece of shit, and then you're gonna have a better relationship.
That was good. And Dewey, what I like about you as well is that you know that you're not all there. You know that you're not great. And because your question because your question was real fast. You didn't take up our time because
That's my favorite.
Yeah, you know you ain't worth it.
Some people
Hi, Peter and Chris. I just have a question about, so my partner is very famous, and sometimes they go on talk shows and they need anecdotes to talk about, and so sometimes they'll use embarrassing stories about me, and I'm not sure how to feel about that, and just wondering if you guys have any advice on how to deal with that, if that's appropriate or not. Okay, I'll hang up and listen. Thanks. Bye.
Okay. Interesting. So famous partner. So we immediately were wondering who that is,
that's
and
all I was
gotta
thinking about the
assume
whole time.
It's
All I was
got to be
thinking about.
Scarlett Johansson.
I assume it's
probably?
Scarlett. So
It's
wait,
Scarlett Johansson. And that's Colin Jost.
That's Colin
I
Jost?
would imagine that was Colin Jost.
Okay.
That's what I figured out. Saturday Night Live head writer.
Yeah.
Married to Scarlett Johansson.
Yeah.
Yeah, because she does go on talk shows and she talks about him, about how like he's, it's like how annoying he is, right, or something like that.
I'm trying to think out. I just honestly, I just need to know who it is.
I cannot give proper advice.
It could be
without-
it could be Riley Roberts, who is
Julia Roberts' husband.
no
And he took her last name.
Riley Roberts is dating Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez.
Okay.
And I know
yeah.
maybe she was in an interview recently clowning on him.
Oh, really? Yeah, that's who it is then.
I don't know.
Riley Roberts.
I'm totally speculating. I don't know if she's
Okay.
been in an interview where she makes fun of her partner.
Yeah. I guess.
Who did he sound
what
like?
I say. Celebrity relationships don't last long anyway.
Yeah.
Right? They're notoriously short. So
Yeah.
I wouldn't really even worry
Yeah.
about how your partner is talking about you
Yeah.
on late night TV shows.
sure.
Because you know what? In about a month, she's going to be talking about somebody different.
Yeah, and don't let that.
It won't even be you anymore. It's not your problem. You're broken up with and it's over.
Yeah, and for sure, like not to just medically speaking, Chris. Like I don't want to make him nervous that he's about to get broken up with. You know, which he is. He's for sure just on the way out. But like, he's like a temporary fancy for this famous person until they can find somebody richer or more famous or equally as famous as them. So yeah, medically speaking, we call that a relationshipus fatalis.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A dying relationship.
Yeah, that's a medical term.
Yeah, that's medically what I would deem that. So, but the question is not, we're not supposed to help. Then I hope you haven't listened to that and felt like that freaked you out at all. Still remain confident in your relationship. But
yeah, and enjoy it while it's here.
Yeah.
You're dating a celebrity. Very cool.
But to your point, is it appropriate? Listen, they're famous. They get to call the shots.
They can do whatever they want because of fame.
Yeah.
So everybody knows
if they're
that
telling horrible
celebrities do
personal
anything.
stories about you, you know,
That's their right.
it's their right. They're
Sorry.
literally allowed.
Sorry, caller.
Hi, Peter and Chris. Thanks so much for taking my question. Love the show. My name's Ashlyn. I live in downtown Vancouver, BC.
Oh.
I'm 31 years old, and I've been with my partner since university. So, yeah, long-term relationship.
Good for you.
And I guess this question's mostly for Peter, or mostly interested in Peter's perspective. I'm kind of the markedly more intelligent member of our partnership. You know, it's something I'm aware of. My family's aware of it. My friends are aware of it. I think my partner is aware of it. Although, you know, it's kind of hard to tell sometimes what he is or isn't aware of. But yeah, I'm just kind of interested in what you'd have to say to someone about maintaining a really long-standing relationship with someone who you're just so clearly so much smarter than. Yeah, again, this question is mostly for Peter.
Wow. I'm not really too sure
Chris?
what she was getting at.
Sorry, Chris.
What's
Sorry.
that? What do you think she
Chris,
meant?
oops.
Yes?
Sorry. That was for me. The question was for me, and
yeah.
I feel like you kind of
Okay.
interrupted me. Maybe I don't know if you were paying attention or like fully there with
So
it.
I was just spacing.
No,
out
and
a
that's
little
fine.
bit.
And I know that you tend to space out. Great question, Ashlyn. Yeah, what does somebody do if they're in a relationship? Maybe it's a professional, like a working relationship, even where you're clearly the more intelligent person. Chris, sorry, you getting a text or something? Just let's stay.
Oh no, I'm just spacing
Nope,
out.
just pay attention, please.
Oh, sorry.
So, it's tough. I'll tell you, it's tough.
What are you talking? Hey, sorry. What are you talking about?
You know what? It's basically it's like super medical. Basically,
Oh,
it's like
okay.
really
Yeah, I'll
medical.
just-
Yeah.
Can I go on my phone for a little bit?
Yeah. Do you have Angry Birds on your phone? You got Angry Birds?
Yeah, I
You want to play Angry Birds for a bit?
Can I play? Angry
You can play
Birds?
Angry Birds for a bit, and then I'm gonna let you know when I'm away.
Okay, I'm just playing Angry Birds.
Okay, just play some Angry Birds.
Okay.
Ashlyn, have you ever trained a Pekingese or a Shiba Inu, maybe a beagle, like a very dumb, stupid pet, like a very useless dog type pet? What you're going to want to do is a similar thing. So you're going to want to buy a lot of their treats, a lot of their favorite things. So for this person in question, let's say theoretically, if I was in a relationship just like this, maybe a working relationship, I would keep a lot of Red Bulls around. I would keep lots of Red Bulls or coffee, like coupon cards and stuff like that. And you kind of use them to reinforce the behavior that you want. I'll give you a bit of an example here. Like, Chris, how Angry Birds go?
What?
How Angry Bird go?
It's good.
Did you win?
Can I have a Red Bull?
Yeah, you can have you want a Red Bull? Yeah?
Yeah.
Are you going to do the rest of the podcast?
Can I?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're going to have a good podcast
Yeah.
with me?
Yeah.
Okay, you can have a Red Bull.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks. She said Vancouver weird.
Hi, Chris and Dr. Pete. My partner and I are in an ethical, non-monogamous relationship, but with the pandemic, it can be really hard to meet other people. Any advice on how we can get our fuck on safely, but not with each other? Sincerely, ADH Deep Throat.
Okay.
DH deep throat. All right. Definitely got a weird voice going on there.
Yeah.
Something, maybe a bit Australian as well.
Yeah, definitely some sort of
Some sort of,
a sort of a WW, if you know what I mean. It's a medical
Yeah.
term for we call it.
What? For what?
I mean,
WW?
Weird whites. Got a bit of a WW on our hands here. Ethical non-monogamy within the home while staying locked down. Let me just be clear, as a medical professional, wear masks. Do not go outside even for food at this point. We're trying to kill this coronavirus, all right? And so if it means, several million of us starve, that's fine. I would say if you're looking to just get your fuck on, but with something other than your partner, go at it with the couch.
Yeah, you can line the couch cushion up, and you can sort of stack them.
Yep.
And I find you get a lot of good. It feels like a body
leverage.
Feels like an extra body.
And I think it works for ladies and dudes. It works for any type of person. Sliding down railings, if you have a railing on your staircase, could be kind of a lot of fun.
Yeah.
The floor, just oil up the floor and just roll around until you've had your fill. Rotisserie chickens.
Yeah.
I think you have a lot of options.
That's a great point. A nice rotisserie chicken.
Yeah.
It really does well, especially if it's half cooked.
Yeah. Oh, and
Half
actually,
cooked.
that is a really good and
lot of
medical
personality.
point.
Yeah, in a rotisserie chicken.
Yeah, you can get a lot of you can get a lot of personality to the chicken, but it is very important. What Chris said is that it is half cooked. If you fully cook that thing, you're basically looking at second and third degree burns.
Yeah.
If you undercook that thing, you're looking at all kinds of problems.
Yeah, salmonella can get into all sorts of crevices.
Absolutely.
And just cook it a little bit.
Yeah.
Just cook it a little bit.
Just a little bit.
And you can be surprised what your imagination it can come up with in terms of this chicken and and imagining that it's another person.
Or just a different chicken.
Hey, Loveline, thanks for taking my call. I'm a huge fan of the show, and I guess I should get right to it.
Please.
I keep finding this wet substance dribbling down my inner thigh, both thighs, really. It goes all the way down my ankle, and then forms this puddle on the floor. I keep finding it multiple times a day, and it kind of leaves these little puddles around my house. Now, when I go to smell it, I crouch down, and it smells like piss. Do you think it's piss?
You want me to field this one, Chris?
Yeah, you should probably field that one. I don't know. I'm not a doctor, so I don't really know.
Yeah. It could be a number of it could be a number of things. I'm gonna go. You're either leaking amounts of ammonia, large amounts of ammonia, just from some kind of hole that you have, or you for sure peeing yourself. You know what? Honestly, this was a really easy one to solve.
Yeah, that's definitely piss.
So what?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm not even a doctor for sure. If it smells like piss, it is piss.
Yep.
If it looks like a duck and quacks like a duck, it's pee.
What is that? Is that a
Let's go to.
Is that a comedy
I
saying?
think it was like it was some sort of something I'm working on. It's in my draft folder of my tweets.
I liked it. It doesn't have anything to do
If
with
it
this
looks-
person's problem, though. It's about ducks.
If it looks like a duck
Yeah.
and quacks like a duck, it's urine.
Yeah, that's about.
Is that better? Urine?
But why are ducks?
I don't know. I'm just playing around with like it's a phrase. It's like
Okay.
In comedy, it's this like sort of a figure of speech that we use.
Oh, figure of speech about
Yeah.
ducks and urine, pea ducks.
Yeah, Peter.
Hey, Chris and Dr. Pete. I just have a question for Peter
Oh.
because he seems to successfully neglect his wife a lot, and I'm just wondering how I can do this. Like, how do you convince your wife to let you stay up late and play video games and still have her respect you afterwards? And even just maintaining your own self-respect after such a thing. It'd be very helpful if you could answer this. Thank you.
Listen now.
That one was a burn on you.
That's
How does that feel?
That one sounds very personal. I don't know how to feel about that one.
Yeah, they are getting that one was very like pointed.
Yeah.
That person knows
That
you.
seems like
and
that
is
person
targeting
knows
you.
me. Now let me just say something. All right, I do not neglect my wife. All right.
Okay.
I make sure. So I say, hey, babe, love you, not coming to bed, get over it. So I give her the time of day. I give her what's happening. And then I get back to playing video games. And the thing is about the self-respect thing, it's like, honestly, maybe this person's just bad at video games. Do you know what I mean? Maybe he sucks at video games. I think my wife recognizes that when I play video games, I am playing them at a high level. All right,
And she respects that.
she
and loves
respects that my K to D ratio is very high. All right.
What's K to D ratio?
Kills to deaths. All right.
Oh, okay.
So
that means like when you're playing a first-person shooter,
Exactly.
you get lots of kills before you die.
she knows when she sees the headset come on, she knows that some punks are about to get shot. So she knows to respect my boundaries and back up. When she hears "Where are we dropping in, boys?" she knows it's time to get lost. I don't want anybody in my peripheries.
Yeah, it's distracting.
Exactly.
You gotta hone in.
Yeah.
I get it.
And I say,
get
babe,
it.
it's hone-in time.
I'm honing.
I'm honing in.
I'm honing here.
And
I'm honing here.
And she knows to back off.
Great.
Real
so
talk.
There you go. And then
pretty sure.
it sounds like
yeah.
you respect yourself a lot,
Yeah.
and that's great. And just by listening to you speak, I think that's good advice right there.
Sorry, I got a bit worked up.
It's okay.
Real talk.
Well, there you go. Hope that was helpful, caller.
Yeah, I hope
Here's
that was
another
helpful,
question.
caller.
Hi,
Oh.
Peter. It's Mum. I'm just wondering, when are you coming home for spaghetti? You haven't been home for a long time and you've missed a lot of spaghetti dinners.
Okay, so that was a call from your mom, your actual mom.
Was that actually her?
That was actually your mom.
That sounded very much like her.
Yeah, well, because it is. Listen to your mom's voice.
Hi, Peter. It's Mum.
It
I'm
is
just
Mom.
wondering, when are you coming home for spaghetti? You haven't been home for a long time and you've missed a lot of spaghetti dinners.
I got a couple of things
So,
to
what do
say.
you have to say to your
I got a
mom?
couple of things to say right now. First of all,
You missed a lot.
This
You're-
episode has gone wildly personal for some reason, and I got a few things to say. Thing number one: Apparently, Mom, if you're listening to this podcast, I apologize for all of the swears and gross things that have been happening. 2, very much missed the spaghetti, and we're hoping to come home as soon as possible. And 3, I believe my wife listens to this. So, like, babe, about all that video game stuff, I was just definitely joking. Like, please don't be too mad at me. I'm really sorry about that.
Okay. Cool.
I think I covered it all.
You dodged that bullet. Holy
I just had to take
one.
time and, like, defend myself here. Are these all going to be about me now?
I don't think so.
I'm supposed to be
They're just random calls. They're just random calls.
I'm supposed to be a big fancy doctor.
You are a big fancy doctor. Okay, we got another call here.
I would like some spaghetti.
Hi, Chris and Dr. Pete. I'm a long-time listener, but first-time caller. This question is for Chris. Have you booked your flight home for Christmas yet? You need to get on that, or it's going to get really expensive.
Yes. Okay, so another call from my mom this time. Yeah, I booked yes, I'm coming home for Christmas. I just want you to know, like, when have I not come home for Christmas? It's been 35 years. I come home for Christmas. I'm going to come home for Christmas. And I don't want to book my flight now because it's November 7th.
Chris.
Yeah, it could I'll have to switch the flight.
Hey, Chris.
Things come up.
Can I just give you my medical opinion?
Yeah.
Hey, Chris.
Yeah.
Book your flight, Chris.
I'm gonna book
Chris,
my
book your
flight.
flight.
I'm booking my flight home for Christmas. I just don't know when the best day to fly yet
Book
is.
your flight, Chris.
Hi, Chris and Dr. Pete.
Okay.
This is my second time
I know who this is.
It's my mom.
Yeah.
This message is again directed at Chris.
Of course.
Yeah.
What is this anyway? Are you making any money with this podcast? I'm worried you're not making any money on this, and I can't have you asking for rent money again. You know, I really think it's time that you got a real job.
Okay. It's not. It's a growth thing. It's episode 6 or something. Like, let it grow. I haven't asked for rent money in years.
I have 2 follow-up questions.
Yeah.
Question number 1 to your mom. Where's a question for me? Where's my check-in? Do you not want me to visit?
Yeah, I mean, no, I guess, like, yeah, you're over there in Vancouver, like,
Yeah.
you can, or sorry, Vancouver.
Yeah, you say Vancouver.
You're in Vancouver.
Yeah.
And so she feels closer already, right? You're in the same time zone.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's like I'll go home to Vancouver sometimes, and she'll be like, she'll text me and say, it's just nice to know you're in the same time zone, right? And she says that to me. And so it's just, she feels closer to you. That's why she's not messaging you specifically. Also, I'm her son.
Okay.
And you're not at all.
Yeah, I think
her son. You're not at all her son.
No.
So stay away from my mom.
I feel like they like me a bit, and maybe
don't go and visit just don't go and visit.
I'm
my
gonna
parents,
maybe
please.
give them a little visit.
Don't.
You know what?
Stay away. There's a coronavirus out there. I don't want you to go and visit my parents.
Yeah, I might swing by. I might just
Don't
swing by real quick.
You stay away from my parents.
No, I might just swing by real quick.
Your dirty Vancouver coronavirus.
Chris.
All right, we got another.
Wait,
caller
hang
here.
on.
Okay.
My second follow-up question.
Yeah.
Why didn't you buy your flight yet?
Hi, Chris, Dr. Pete, nice to meet you. I'm wondering, what do I do when my husband doesn't remember whether my birthday is January 13th or January 19th? He literally never knows. So, yeah, just tell me what to do. Do I leave? Do I just, like, get out of here? Because it doesn't seem very nice. Okay, bye.
Wow. Okay. So this caller, her husband doesn't remember her birthday.
Hang on.
Or which day it is. And it's just, you gotta remember that kind of stuff. I would say maybe your husband gets a Facebook account or something.
Oh, okay.
Or maybe the husband's the kind of person that was like, I'm leaving social media. I'm off. It's just too negative. It's too negative. Tell them to get a Facebook account because it really helps with birthdays. That's probably the only thing that Facebook is actually good for. You remember birthdays, and just don't be too proud Well, you watch The Social Dilemma, and now you're like, oh, I can't be on Instagram anymore. It's too negative. Get a social media account because it helps. People post about you. They're like, happy birthday to the dearest person. And then you go, oh my God, it's that person's birthday. And I know that because I'm on social media. So I would recommend that person gets a social media account and then tweets about the podcast. And actually
if they had a podcast.
If they had a podcast, that they should get an account.
Okay, now if I could just just defend this person.
Yeah.
It sounds like, first of all, your husband is very attractive and handsome and awesome.
Okay.
So congrats on the cool husband, first of all. I think maybe he's probably gotten rid of all that social stuff because it took up a lot of his time. Like he maybe wouldn't even feel that he would have time to wrap his mind around being funny if his podcast was like a funny podcast or where he was trying to be funny.
Right.
Like maybe it was hard to do with the social stuff all the time. Maybe he felt like it was affecting his self-esteem, and then maybe also he's like, maybe he's thinking like, well, what's the point in in advertising my podcast to a bunch of friends who are already friends with the other person who has the podcast? Like he's reached them all already, and we kind of want the podcast, or I mean, they kind of want the podcast to like get outside of the friend area.
Of course,
anyway,
you got to get it out of the friends.
Yeah, the friend circle is great, but they already all kind of know about it. So anyway, that's.
Right.
That's what I would say in defense of that person. And then my last question is, can we get that caller to call back? Because I'm just wondering, there's different ways to remember January 13th or January 19th. Do you know what I mean?
Okay,
so it would really help us if they were to call back and just be like, tell us which one it is.
Which one it is.
Yes.
Which one
Because then we could come
sure.
up with a thing to remember.
Yeah, like a little rhyme or something.
Exactly.
Like January 13th. That's my wife's birthday. Something like that.
Yeah, it didn't rhyme yet.
Something catchy.
It's the 19th.
Something catchy.
It's definitely the 19th.
Or it's 19th.
No, because the 13th, it was a Friday.
You don't actually know.
How could I know? We don't know this caller. We don't know whose wife that is.
That's a good point. Well, that's a good point. You don't know whose wife that
January
is. January
19th.
One another call coming in.
I think
another call.
I think it's the 19th.
Hi, Chris and Dr. Pete. I am a 17-time caller.
It's that same woman.
First-time listener.
Wait.
But I'm only gonna listen if you play my call. I don't actually want to listen.
Rude.
But yeah, I just need some advice. I am thinking that I'm definitely gonna secretly leave my husband, and I just wanted to see if maybe you guys had any advice on just how do I do this, but the secret part. I don't want to.
Yeah.
I don't want any conflict. I just want to move, and are there any movers that help with doing this secretly? Because there is definitely not a lot of parking outside our building, and then also, would they be able to just tiptoe in and help me take stuff? Because I definitely also want to be able to keep most of the stuff, so it's a bit tricky. So I'm just wondering if you have any advice there. Yeah, looking forward to hearing it. Thanks.
Okay, so this caller is going to leave her husband. Peter, are you okay? You're holding your head. Are you crying?
I'm totally fine, dude. I'm a doctor.
Okay, because this person just I'll field this one then, if you seem pretty emotional. Okay, caller, I would say there are movers that would kind of big. There are movers that can help you do discreet things. People, they'll come in the middle of the night, maybe when your husband's at work. If you just let them know, and also you can phone me, I will come and I will help you. I will help you get away from this guy. Okay, help you do something that I haven't been able to do. I haven't been strong enough to do. So I'm here for you, caller, and you let me know. You have my number, and you can phone me if you need anything at all.
Hey.
And I would say, get out there, go. I know it seems hard, but once you're out, it's better. It'll be better.
Hey, caller. Hey, caller, listen to me.
Yeah.
Don't leave your husband. And don't leave him. Listen to me, caller. I am sure that your husband is gonna clean up his act. He is gonna stop yelling at you that he's trying to zone in. He's gonna stop yelling at you about video games and playing video games all night. I'm sure your husband is right about so close to just making sure he goes to bed at the same time as you, and that he remembers important dates like your birthday, January, and your and anniversary, October 23rd. I just feel like it's so important that you just like do not leave your guy, no matter how much of a problem person he is. We had a call earlier who likes to be a kaiju monster. You should consider you should consider yourself lucky that you don't have a kaiju monster husband. You've got a husband who likes playing a little extra PUBG on the evenings. I mean, just maybe if he kept his video gaming down to like just a hot 3-hour night session, as opposed to all night. Just give your husband a chance.
Beautiful. Well, hopefully she hears that. Peter, I hope that caller hears that. And I'm here for the caller. I'm here for that caller. If that caller needs anything through this, I'm here for. I know the caller. I don't want to pick sides on the caller. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But you're on my side.
Both of the. I'm on everybody's side,
especially mine.
A little bit more the caller's side for sure, but I'm not picking sides. I just want you to know I'm still both of your friends. I'm here, or the call. I'm both of the caller's friends. I'm both of them.
Me? Are you my friend?
Okay.
You're
Yes.
both of the caller's friends.
I'm both of the both of the people's friends. Okay. We got another call.
How am I supposed to take another call at this point?
Hi, Chris and Dr. Pete. First time caller, not a fan of the show at all. I don't listen. But I have a question. I have a podcast with a longtime friend of mine, a comedy partner of mine.
Yeah.
We have this new podcast, and I guess my question is, why? Why? And what do you do to just not have that anymore? And is there a way to just sort of quietly leave, not have him know? Yeah.
Right. It's a very similar question to the one before. This seems to be sort of a pattern happening. And I would say to that caller, you have a lovely voice. And I would say to that caller that you are strong and you are worthy and you should love yourself. And you can be free if you want. All you have to do is walk out that door. Just walk out that door.
All right.
Walk out the door.
All right. And if I could just follow up with my medical opinion real quick. Sounds like you do have a very good voice. Chris, where are you going? Chris, wait, we got to answer more. Chris, we got to answer more questions. Chris, we got to answer more questions. We're still doing a show.
Goodbye, Peter.
The guy wants to know how to leave his podcast.
It's been great.
The guy wants to Chris, the guy's asking how to leave his podcast. Chris, you... Oh, I see. Yeah. All right, let's go ahead and take one more question real quick here. You're listening to This Time It's Different with Just Peter. You're on the air.
Hey, Peter and Chris.
Oh,
this is
fuck,
Actor J. Bearshell calling. I'm a 14-time caller, and I've never listened to the show. I never will. I'm not a fan of the show, and I just wanted to call to say that I'm not a fan, and especially of you, Peter. I guess I have a question. Would you fuck off? Thank you. Goodbye.
Okay, great. Awesome. Thanks for that call, Jay Baruchel. Jay Baruchel calling in again to tell me to go fuck myself. All right. Okay, yeah. You know what? Yeah, I will. You know what, Jay Baruchel? I will go fuck myself. Okay, is that what you want me to do? You want me to go fuck myself? I will fuck myself. I will fucking fuck myself. And you know what? I'm going to find you and I'm going to fuck you, Jay Baruchel. All right? Yeah, that's it. I've got nothing to lose. All right? This one episode, I lost everything. So there is nothing left for me now. I got nothing left to lose. So come find me, Jay. You want to settle this? You settle this in person. My address is 3...
This time, it's different. With Peter and Chris. This time, it's different.
This podcast has been brought to you by the Sonar Network.
Sonar.
Oops, drop the podcast.
What if people liked and also subscribed?
I think we're just down here to kill time.